Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. It's episode 12 and I want to be spending this episode on optimizing a couple of connections that I have so far. I have a lot of passengers who want to go to Chennai, I have a lot of passengers who want to go to Surat, who want to go to Shenyang from Chennai, and I think that this might be due to what I did twofold. One, I set up an actual train connection, and two, I cut off the road connection. These people are now forced to use the train simply because a car is no longer an option. A bit of an asshole move from me, not intentional. But I will try to restore this. Unfortunately, it might not be that easy. At least not over there. So I'll see if I can just go underneath, or actually maybe over slightly easier. He said enthusiastically as he saw what the price tag was and quickly reconsidered. Well, that is not... I imagine that this might take people quite a bit of time to actually traverse all of these tracks, but so be it. Anyway, you guys have given me a lot of suggestions over the last couple of videos, and I'm trying to incorporate as much as I can remember, but I might miss some stuff. I just cannot remember everything because there are so many comments coming in on these videos that it's going to be very hard to keep everything in mind. What I can do over here is bring more people to Shenyang. A lot more people by the looks of it. Because right now there are people on this train. I can bring 95 with me, but there's double that waiting in Chennai. And another 65 waiting over there, and they just left. Right. If I adjust these trains a little bit, they currently have mediocre power. Let's just add 2 over there for a capacity of 133. I'll do the same thing here. So just add 2 more. It's not a cure-all, but it might help speed things along a little bit. Novosibirsk is not exactly too popular, with only 22 people there. But that's what I want to focus on this episode as well. I want to extend the line from Quanzhou to here, to Novosibirsk. So we're going to set up a sort of circle line, in the sense that if you want to go to Quanzhou from Chennai, you can do that through Novosibirsk or through Surat. It's going to be down to choice. Right. What terminals am I currently using? This one is coming in here. So I'll have to use the second connection there. High-speed tracks. And we're going to go that way. Just follow the road and see that I end up here. That's the plan. See that I end up over there. Alright, let's make this a double line as quickly as possible. Because I imagine there might be quite a bit of demand. Especially since Novosibirsk is looking to be a new hub. And with that, it could be very interesting to connect everything that I can up to that town. Yeah, that will do. 500,000. It's not the cheapest rail I've ever built, but that doesn't matter too much. And too much slope? Is that the road causing that issue? Yeah, it's the road. Oh dear, whatever shall we do? Just build another road. Speaking of, it is an old road. That's one of those old country roads. So let's just try and tunnel underneath the tracks. Like that, and come up on the other end. I might need a bit more room. Here. Nope, come on. You can do it. That's more like it. And connect that back there. Okay, so now people can use the road again. I need to end up here. And this road, I probably cannot adjust too much. Because it is pretty important here, this truck stop. So I will need to use the trains and just gently make a bit of a turn. I don't want to piss off the locals too much. The locals, in this case, being the train, or sorry, being the buses. No, the trucks, not the buses. I don't have any buses stretching out that far. Alright, so use the mesa for terrain guidance and just gently slope with it. Now, money is coming in so fast that I don't really know what to spend it on. That's actually a bit of a luxury issue. At some point, the game starts to feel a little easy in that respect. And that's when I think you have to create more of your own challenge. Which, in my case, is usually connecting the whole map. And making sure that people have the capacity to go from anywhere they please to anywhere else. And that is something that I find not always to be too easy to do. And if you have the cash, of course, that helps. So that is going to be a next personal challenge. And, of course, getting a town to about a population of 1,000. If that's doable. Speaking of doable... See, it's like the game says that there's a clash over here. Which I don't really get. I refuse to build a tunnel. If something's going to budge, it's going to be the road. Like it or not. There might have been a bit of an extreme reaction there, but the trains do take priority over anything else. And connect this one here. Why did they cross the tracks anyway? It's a bit of a waste of my new tunnel. But seeing as the road is over here, I think I might just as well keep it on this side. Yeah, that is a medium country road. And just keep heading straight ahead until we connect this. There. Done. Okay, so now we have a connection between Novosibirsk. Holy crap, there's a lot going on in Novosibirsk. This might be the reason why Novosibirsk is not terribly popular as a destination. People cannot leave. Well, cannot leave the tram station, rather. That's the south tram line. Yeah, there's only one tram. Duplicate that. And the north one... it doesn't seem to be too busy. So let's just stick with only one. Alright, new destination. Starting here and going there. This is NO to QZ. Signaling. This is going to be where you wait. I might also be able to use that forest at some later date. And here. And it is still not quite using both sides of the tracks. It's because over here it has no way of getting from one to the other. Hold up. Remove the signal. A couple of new vehicles. I hope that this is going to fit. Yes. There you go. That's what I wanted you to do. Okay. So now I have a connection. Now we just need a train. Do I have a connection to all that? The answer is no. No, I'll just set up a separate depot for this one. Main reason being that I could connect these. So the tracks from Quanzhou to the train station there and just order it from this depot. The thing is, it's going to take the train a long time to get to where it needs to be. And until it gets there, it's only going to cost me money. So I will not do that and instead just go for a depot somewhere out of the way here. Connect that one up, connect that one up. And over here I can go for the double slips. Making sure I can go to either side of the tracks. Alright, train. Train. What do we have? No electrics, no diesels, just steam. Fast is good. And fast means that you only have the Russian class SU as an option. 95 capacity, 10 million, NOQZ. Off you go. I didn't even see that I built a train bridge over here. Yeah. That's not great. That is not great, because this means that I'm losing out on a lot of speed. And right now it's not that much. But as soon as I start to move trains across these tracks, which are capable of doing 100 plus, like I currently already am, I'm going to notice. See, this is better. It's not cheap, but it's an investment for future speed. Alright, was there a notification? No. I'll try to make that a bit more of a habit, trying to just touch on the warning button every now and then, and see if there are warnings. How is this train doing? Yeah, that line's not doing too well. Maybe it's going to improve, especially with the additional NOQZ line. At least I rather hope so. Do they want to go here yet? Guangzhou. Yep, quite a few. So they do want to go. It's just going to be a matter of waiting. Oh shit. I might need to optimize this as well. Surat to Guangzhou. 223. These trains are doing 76 people. How many do they want to go to the other side? Yeah, I'm going to bring another train in. Manage vehicles. Duplicate. Ups the frequency as well. Hopefully making sure that the train stations are no longer as overcrowded as they are. Surat Chennai. Oh, that's interesting because this line, well, it hadn't died, but it did have its ups and downs. It did quite have its ups and downs. There's 130 there. I can transport 95. I might just need to adjust these a little bit. Wait. Adjust them a little bit. And just add a couple more passenger cars. Instead of adding a whole new train. Because now my capacity just jumped to 133. Which should help with getting these people to where they want to go. There's only 12 waiting here now. And here is the... No, that's not the other train. Yeah, this seems to be a little better. Alright, are people waking up to the opportunities here? Yeah, some of them are. 11 currently. And Novosibirsk can be helped to grow if I supply it with food. Can I do that? Because we had food production aplenty over here, but it's not being transported. Oh shit, it's not being transported at all. How much is QZ asking? 183. Right. There's just one train there. Manage vehicle. Adjust. Oh yeah, that was the problem. The cars are no faster than this. That is the problem. So I'm left with a top speed of 80. I just upped the capacity quite a bit. Now I don't know if I have enough capacity to offload all of this. I think it might have just arrived. Seeing that there's still 42 food. How many people are waiting for the other train? Ah, it just left. Here it is. 26. That's not good enough yet. I need to make Novosibirsk more interesting to go to. How do I do that? Provide them with food would be the most likely option. Or provide them with additional destinations. Maybe the second one is easier to achieve than the first. Because if I can go to Jeddah, that might help. And Beijing. Also, apparently I set up a road connection called Being. Beijing. No. Learn how to type. Beijing, there. Did I do the same thing here? Yep. B-E-Y-J-I-N-G. That's it. Okay, this town I can also connect to the rest of the world. 129 is a small population. How about building one large train connection from Novosibirsk through Beijing to Yangon? I imagine I either have to go through this valley or I have to start tunneling. The second of which is not terribly appealing because it's going to get expensive. And it's a very small place. Somebody was asking in the comments, when are you going to use airplanes, by the way? I don't know. I don't know, because I don't really see any opportunities for planes at current. Because so far the stations are still relatively close together. If, for example, I have a big town like Surat and maybe at some point Ankara, I could set up a plane. But actually I'm going to try and do that with one of those high-speed trains. Potentially a direct connection from Ankara to Surat. That only has one of those 300 kph speed trains. But until that happens, not anytime soon. The planes. Not likely to happen. Anyway, Novosibirsk needs to grow. 283, expected growth 278, so they're actually shrinking a little bit. If I connect it to Jeddah, I would need a train station in Jeddah. That also provides connections to Quezon, Changsha, Beijing, Novosibirsk itself. Not Ankara. I'm going to do that from Quezon because it's a straighter line and I don't have to go through factories. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And I might set up a road between, or a route between Novosibirsk and Shenyang at some point as well, because I already have most of the tracks. Right, so I need 4. 4 connections in Jeddah. Passenger, 4. High-speed tracks. Yeah, let's just do it over there. It'll be a pretty short hop from over here. Tracks. Let's see if I can loop this one. It's going to be a bit of an uncomfortable turn for a track like that. Keep going this way. Connect this up. And once again in for the turn. No, that was too much of an extension here. I need the speed on these tracks. 106. That's still a pretty bad turn. We delete some more. Not too much. This was it. 145. I find that more acceptable. Come on. There. Signals. And one over there. Alright, so that's going to be a new connection from here to here. NO to Jeddah. That's one. Next one. From here to Beijing. That's going to be the second track. Track laying. Is that more or less the right angle? Yeah, more or less. Bit more. $227 is the best I can get. Uh-oh. Well, you know what? I have the cash. I might as well go for a tunnel. As long as I don't go for bridges, it's fine. Because the bridges are the ones that slow my train down. 372, that's good enough. Now Beijing is going to be a sort of transit station where the line continues to Yangon and to Osaka and potentially to Changsha, so let's say 3 tracks. Plus the potential to expand for additional cargo lines. So 3 tracks will do. Or unless there's coming in something from Novosibirsk as well. 4 tracks. 1, 2, 3, Novosibirsk, 4. Okay. Let's tie this one in. Uh-oh. I have to make some room here. Main connection will be interrupted. You don't say. I'll fix that later, guys, don't worry. You will get your precious road back. And this one's gonna go here. To Novosibirsk. Then I can double it here. And we're gonna go all the way back. Collision? What are you colliding with? Nothing. Okay. Tie it in. How is that going to fit in with the road? I wonder. Perfectly. Excellent. Okay. Stop here. I'm not sure how well these tracks are going to be traveled. It might not be terribly busy because it's not a very great distance and the towns themselves aren't terribly busy either. Start here, go there. And yes, they're using both tracks. Okay. Yeda, Beijing. And let's just start up with these lines already because all of this stuff is costing me infrastructure. It's costing me cash. Electric trams, 30 meters. There. Configure. Give me another station exit. Now, how do I set this up? Where do people want to go? They want to go here for industrial commercial and potentially over here for residential. So if I set up, let's say a passenger stop over here. That should cover most of the terrain. And then another one here. I think that's pretty much all that I would need to do. I want city roads, medium streets, electric, yes. Connect that there, connect that here. Now to upgrade. All of this is going to have to get electrified. How do I do this though? Do I go 1, 2 and back? Or do I go 1, 2 and loop? No, I think the first variant might have been easiest. 1, 2, back. Yeda tram. If Yeda starts to grow very quickly, I will need to overhaul this because then that tram line is going to be utterly lacking. Upgrade. No, that should be enough. I'll take one of these because they have less emission. Set. Yet a tram, operational. Then, can I use this depot? Not currently. Because this track's not connected. Now it is. Okay, so now I can set up a train to go from Novosibirsk to Yeda. Let's go with a small train. I don't expect there to be a lot of traffic early on. The Russian SU and especially the FD are exceptionally expensive. Maybe just this, a 75-kilometer train. Well, a couple of Suburbans. So that was NO to Yeda. Okay, and then the other one. Going here, heading to Beijing. Can you make that? Yes, provided that I build another track here. Hold up. If I can connect this track there, I might be able to set up a crossover here. No, it doesn't fit. Why doesn't it fit? Can I just make this a double slip? No. Why do you not fit? Is that because I'm doing this in a turn? No, the game really isn't like that. Well, game, I'm sorry, but you're gonna bend to my will and not the other way around. No, says the game. That's not how any of this works. The problem is these tracks aren't perfectly aligned. They're not exactly side by side. And I'm now paying the price for that. They need to be exactly side by side. And now I should be able to connect them. Yes, that's what I wanted. Okay, you're picking that terminal, that's fine. And you're picking the other terminal. Alright, perfect. So now I can also get a train from this depot to head over to Yeda, Beijing. That is, if Beijing is connected. Which it is currently not. Tram stop. This is such a small place. I'm just going to go with a single tram station here. I don't think I need too much more than that. And where do we go? How much does a stop in the middle of town cover? Everything. Okay. That's ideal. Yes, I know it's not connected. Beijing tram. I need to upgrade this. And then hope that the game is going to be not too hard. Yep, it connects. Set up a bus tram station. Can we fit that in here? Yes. Good. Alright, let's go for one DeWitt. Set that up as the Beijing tram. And now I can also get up my tram from Yeda to Beijing. I might just go for a duplicate of this one. Manage vehicle, duplicate. But you are going to go from Yeda to Beijing. Alright. I think that concludes the construction for now. NO to QZ is starting up. 46 people there. 2 people there. Did the train just leave by any chance? Yes. Oh, look! There's 80 people on that train. That's actually a lot more than I'd expected. Now, while the game is running, I still need to connect a few of these things. Like this one. Because I may or may not have taken their precious road from them. Dive, dive, dive. No to the bus, no to the tram. Okay, that should solve one. The Beijing tram is saying that it cannot get everywhere. Is that true, though? Could not connect all the stations. Where can you not go? Here. There, now you can get everywhere. Alright, and train 19 is saying I cannot get to where I need to be. That's the train that's probably going to Beijing. From here, you can get here. And from there apparently your life becomes very difficult. For some reason. Actually, no, there's Novosibirsk. Where are you now? You're over there? Okay. That's not exactly the depot where I'd expected it to start. I thought it was going to clone it in Novosibirsk, but it didn't. It cloned it somewhere entirely different. And that's why it didn't actually fit. Yeda to Beijing. Now you should be able to get there. Might not be easy, but it is doable. Alright, you're taking that side of the track. That's perfect. We should be coming up on Novosibirsk first. And then once we clear Novosibirsk, hello train, we're going to be heading to Yeda, and from Yeda over to Beijing. That must be Novosibirsk, which is growing, by the way. They're starting to build some higher structures. Yep, just passing through, don't mind me. That one's waiting. I never actually look at the game like this, but this is quite good. That must be Yeda. That's the tram depot over there, if I'm not mistaken. Right there. Now, that was Yeda, on to Beijing. And of course, you're actually watching this in fast forward. This is more like what it should be. You can sort of play around with this camera. Not... What the... that we're clipping just a little bit through the terrain here. Nothing serious. Let's see if I can get a nice screenshot from that. As you might have gathered at this point, it's not unusual for me to be doing my screenshots while I'm recording the episode. So sometimes you might hear that screenshot sound from Steam. Which, in my case, is F12, and in case you want to start making screenshots as well. But I'm not sure if that's the default key or not. Anyway, let's see if there is any demand for this line currently. Yes, there is. There is. People want to go to Beijing. Or at least that's the train connection that they're taking. Because where do... Oh, sorry, this is Beijing. Duh. Where do they want to go? Everywhere. They want to go to Changsha. They want to go to Yeda. Even one of the guys wants to go to Kaohsiung. That's on the other end of the map. That's going to be a long trek. And there's still quite a few towns that I have not connected yet. Hangzhou, Hyderabad, Osaka, Shenyang... Hold up. Shenyang is connected. But we just have no people who want to go there. Surat's connected. Tainan's not connected because it's all the way over there. And Yangon, I think, was that town up here? Yeah. Oh well. Future stuff. My one tram might be slightly insufficient here. The other tram. 4 trams might be what I need. 54 people there. I remember when I was in university, I always went to Utrecht, which is where I studied by train, and then there was a bus station connected directly to the train station. So you walked from the train to the bus. But on a Monday morning, what happened was that all the students came back from visiting their parents, boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever you had back in your old place of residence. And they came back to go to the university campus, which was some distance outside of the town. There were buses which were capable of transporting, I think, officially 60 to 70 people. And what happened was that there were about 200 to 250 students all cramming on a bus stop, which I imagine is the in-game equivalent of this. And you had these 250 students, which were all crammed up there, and one bus would appear. Everybody charged the bus, except in fall and winter. Because in fall and winter, if this was the platform, you'd have large puddles of water over here. And whoever was in this front row was going to get very wet very quick. So at that point, you got this sort of crowd mentality or herd mentality where everybody went, oh shit, 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 here comes the bus. Step back. And people started tripping over each other. That was that was interesting. At this point, after I think several years, they have built a tram. And hopefully the connection to the campus is now a little easier. But hot damn, that was an interesting period. Trying to get to the campus after, or let's say Monday morning around either 9:30 to 11. That's about the time. Anyway, this is enough for one episode. We are definitely making progress, especially if you look at the bank account. I've invested 16 million, and that's when I started losing money. But aside from that, the cash is coming in very, very nicely. Not all the lines might be profitable as of right now, so in the next episode I'll probably have a look at some of these. But judging by how they're looking right now, it's just the new lines, which are not quite profitable yet. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you're enjoying Transport Fever 2, and I'll catch you tomorrow for the next episode.